It's your boy, Amreezy, and I'm back with another Road to Sorare Boss episode where we follow my journey in Sorare. Now, last week was the first week when Sorare sort of revamped the formations, basically, revamped the lineups. We had for the first time the new three divisions that you can play in, as well as the capped leagues and the under 23 league and a few of the older leagues that are going to be phased out in August. But we did have the new three-tier leagues. And I didn't enter those last week because of the way my cards fell. I just didn't have a good lineup in either. One of my goalkeepers wasn't playing. So I didn't quite go for that. So last week I just played the older leagues. However, this week we're going to be going for the new leagues. We're going to be entering one of the new leagues. I'll show you later on in the video which one it is. I'll also review the weekend. I'll show you my portfolio where I've just made a few changes. And I am thinking soon, maybe, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I need to invest a little bit more money, put some more money into this and get myself a few missing pieces. Because since the changes, it's really shown me, I did know the changes were coming before, the roadmap changes, but before it happened, I didn't properly visualize, okay, I'm not going to have a goalkeeper for this region, or I don't have a striker for champion, or, those kind of questions. So just seeing it last week, I'm trying to put my lineups, really did clarify for me where I need strengthening my squad. So that's going to mean I need to buy some more cards, basically. So for me, it's now, am I going to buy them now, or am I going to wait till after the Premier League season ends when the prices hopefully come down? Maybe the latter, but for now, I'm still picking up a few cards here and there just by trading my existing cards. I'll show you that in a bit. So let's start off the video by taking a look at how we did last weekend. So I have noticed since Sorare changed the interface, the term game week and then a long number like 453 or something has kind of disappeared, and they do seem to be going for more of a numbers dates mark, which seems to make sense. So you've got March. So I'm going to be reviewing last weekend, which was March the 29th to April the 2nd. There is a midweek game currently happening, but I didn't have any teams to play this week because my main cards are Chelsea cards and Santos cards. And I don't have a goalkeeper to go with the Chelsea cards at the moment. And Santos didn't have a game midweek. So no action from me midweek, but the weekend before. So this was the first weekend when they had the option of playing the regions, but I didn't have them. So I focused on the Cap 270, which was the best league for me, and the Under 23 league, which is kind of a new league that I'm prioritizing because I like scouting these kids in the Under 23 league. So it was a bit weird for me because I have kind of got used to seeing a lot of lineups for me. I had 5, 6, 7 lineups. And then all of a sudden I have 2 lineups with the whole new changes. But that's okay because it's 2 good quality lineups. And I think before I was putting like 6 or 7 lineups out, but like half of those were just punt lineups. Half of those were filler just to build up XP. So this way, yes, it was only 2 lineups, but I did kind of have good hopes for both lineups. If we look at the 270, which was my best one, these 3 players played first. Sterling 99, Paulina 85, and Cucurella 60. So I was kind of happy with my start. Then it came to Santos, who were playing second to the bottom of the team, second to the bottom of the table team. Sorry, I got it out in the end. And I thought, okay, they've got a good chance here. I had a goalkeeper and I had the most creative midfielder who's playing as a false 9. Didn't deliver. Lost 2-1. They were winning 1-0 until like the 88th minute, and then it just collapsed. So Santos let me down once again. So the Cap 270 League was looking really good for a reward with these 3. All I needed was, clean sheet up until 88 minutes, had a good score from him. Carrillo, I hoped he'd get a goal of involvement. He didn't, so not a good score for the 270 League in the end. 297, we didn't get a reward. And in the Under 23 League, goalkeeper didn't deliver. Udogi didn't deliver. Cade Cowell, our striker at Chivas, had one of his games when he didn't quite deliver. The Chelsea boys, Gallagher didn't deliver. Fernandez did, but we needed everyone to. So it was a poor game from the Under 23s. However, most of these are going to be in the team again for the next week because they're my best Under 23 cards. So that's how I did this week. I am going to be looking at strengthening in key positions, like I said earlier. I don't know if that's going to be this week or the end of the season in the Premier League. We're going to see. So For now, the new cards that I bought, I've just basically been trying to strengthen my Chelsea collection from this season. Last season's 2022, 2023. So since my last video, I think I picked up Conor Gallagher in the last video. The last two cards I picked have been Thiago Silva and Zakaria. Not mainly because I'm hoping they're going to play these two cards, but Zakaria is getting a few games in France. He does play for Monaco, so there could be a chance when Monaco are playing like a really good fixture. He's on a good run. If I look at his fixture, he does seem to get suspended a lot. Suspension, but he does have a few peaks. So possibly he's one that I would actually play. And then Thiago Silva, not likely to be getting played. He's just more to build up that collection. I do want to complete that Chelsea season eventually so that I'm getting the bonuses on the cards. So those are the new cards that I bought. Let's take a look at what I'm thinking of doing this weekend coming. But before we do the weekend, little quick edit here. Before we do the weekend's preview, I just want to say about the two cards that I bought recently and why I bought them. I basically, as you can see, my bank balance is at 0. I need to invest some more money before I buy the new cards. I think those missing pieces. So what I've been doing is I've been trading some cards that I have that I kind of bought for the capped leagues that I don't see me using in the future. So Dennis Zakaria, for example, he was a card that was worth about £3. So I traded him for... So I traded a Japanese card that I have no other Japanese cards. I won him as a reward, and he was worth about £2.50. So I thought, I had transfer listed him. Nobody was buying him. So I thought, not going to use him. He was kind of one for the 240 league. So I'll trade him and this guy who's worth about 40p, 50p, who again, Spanish, second half, bottom half of the table team, not scoring well. I don't think he's even playing for the last couple of weeks. So traded those two for Zakaria, who might get some games for Monaco, who I play, or I'm just playing him as a part of my Chelsea collection, building up my collection bonuses. So my kind of tactics are, and I did the same with Thiago Silva, I bought Thiago Silva for like 28p, I think. So my tactics are buy them really cheap if they are available, the Chelsea cards from that collection, or trade the cards that I'm not really going to use and get Chelsea cards, even if some of these are Chelsea players who are not playing for Chelsea at the moment. Some of them are good, like the likes of Loftus-Cheek could be good because he gets games at AC Milan. Mason Mount I'm looking at as well, possibly for Manchester United. He could come in the team and get some games. Or even the guys who are in Saudi Arabia, like Kante, like Mendy, just to complete the collection and have the bonus for the players like Enzo Fernandez, Reece James, Conor Gallagher. The players that do play, they'll have a better score, better bonus. So this is kind of a long-term strategy for me, just looking at these Chelsea cards that are missing from last season's collection and just seeing, can I swap any of my cards that I'm not going to be using and swap them? Because I don't really see me getting a good price for some of these cards because nobody wants them. But swaps, especially with some of these swap bot accounts that don't really think like that, that's what I'm doing. So now let's actually look at my team lineups for the weekend coming. Right then, here we go. These are my lineups for the weekend coming, which is April the 5th to the 9th. Still a bit unusual for me saying the dates instead of game week 4, 6, 4, I think it might be. But yeah, you can see why they've changed it. It's easier just having the dates. So these are my games. These are my lineups for the weekend coming. So we've got these new regions: Champion, Challenger, Contender. Champion's a problem for me because I don't have any goalkeepers in the Champion League. And yes, I have a lot of Chelsea cards, so it would be good to match a Chelsea goalkeeper with them. But the Chelsea goalkeeper, Petrovic, I said on last week's video, he's not nailed on definite first team next season. A lot could happen still. And he's also way too expensive right now. I've tracked his price for a while. And since the new roadmap changes, he's just so expensive because a lot of people, I think, want him. So I got to wait. Chelsea's bad form at the moment might help me get some of those cards at a cheaper price if the bad form continues. So that's a silver lining for me as a Chelsea fan, having Chelsea struggle at the moment. At least I can get some of the cards maybe for cheaper. Next season, who knows? Maybe we'll be better. So Champion is out of the way for me until I get some goalkeepers. Challenge is the same. I need some goalkeepers, but I don't really have many challenger cards. I don't think challenger is the league I'm going to be playing in. I think I'm going to be playing in champion and contender. Unless I win some rewards, unless I see some really good opportunities in challenger, I think it's going to be the other two. So I can't do champion, can't do challenger. Contender is where our Mexican collection comes in. So I'm going to be putting a team in the in-season team this year. I'm in Division 2. That's where they automatically put me. I'm going to be putting an in-season team this week. So here we go, Santos. I've only got one Santos player this week because they've got a tricky game against America. I've only got the goalkeeper, and I don't expect Santos to win this game. My hope is, and the reason why I'm only picking the goalkeeper is because he's the only goalkeeper I have from the region. I have two goalkeepers, a Turkish goalkeeper and him. Turkish goalkeeper, Bilal, he's not playing this weekend, so I've got to pick my Santos goalkeeper. However, I am thinking America don't have. It's unlikely that Quinones is going to be playing for America, one of their best attackers. He's a fitness doubt. And also, at this stage of the Mexican season, the teams at the top, they've kind of already qualified for the next playoff round. So I don't know if they're going to. You kind of hope that they kind of take the foot off the gas at this point. And the same with the teams at the bottom. You kind of hope that they're just doomed. They've realized they're not going to get to the playoffs. They don't try as hard. So I'm hoping Santos at least keeps some saves. At least he might get a lot of saves. Even if he concedes 1 or 2 goals, I hope he just makes lots of saves and gets an okay score there. Then I'm going to double up on Necaxa because they are playing bottom of the league, Tijuana. Now, even though it's an away game, Necaxa are, I think, 10th in the table. They're right on the border of that playoff place, so they need to keep winning to make sure they finish in the playoff positions, because there is a little bit of a kind of challenge just below the playoffs where Santos are. Actually, Santos have still got a faint hope of making the playoffs, and then you've got a few teams in the playoff places at the bottom. They're all going to be trying really hard to make sure they get into a playoff place. So Alan Montes is the main defender for Necaxa, and Big Brian, the most Mexican name ever, he's going to be my captains, because I think if I'm going to go for this team, I'm really banking Necaxa have a good game. If they do, Brian's likely to be involved in the goals. We could see here his past scores. He's had a good couple of games, Brian. He's given us a 77 and 80, 85, 86. So he has had a few games where he's off the boil, but he's given us a few 80s as well. So we need another 80 again. And then we've got Cade Cowell. Strikers are a problem for me in every division. Under 23s, contenders, mainly because my best striker in Mexico was Preciado at Santos. He's banned from football now, so that was a big spanner in the works for me. Cade Cowell is playing bottom of the league. Are they bottom? Yeah, they are bottom. I said Necaxa were playing bottom. I think Tijuana are second to bottom, but I think Puebla might be bottom. Either way, these two teams are playing bottom and second to bottom. So I'm hoping Chivas against Puebla should be a good game. Hoping he delivers again. He does deliver, not as regularly as some of the other cards, but in terms of the strikers that I've got, he's the one who delivers, and he has the best fixture. So we got to hope he delivers. And then Soleil, he's got a home game against, I think, Rapid Vienna. Rapid Vienna, yeah. They're about 4th in the table. They seem to score quite a few goals, so it will be tricky, this one. However, he's a big card. He's done well for me. And also, I'm entering in season. So these 4 cards are all in season, and this is the old season. So I kind of was limited for cards I could pick instead of Soleil. So Soleil, I'm not filled with confidence on, but if I compare him to the other cards, so we would need in-season cards only. If I compare him to sort of who I could play, you know, Marquez at Atlas, they've got an away game against Toluca, which doesn't seem that easy. Haraza hasn't been playing lately. Prieto, Santos, I can't go for Santos. Santos, Atlas again, Santos, Atlas. So it's just Santos and Atlas players. So Soleil's in the team. If it wasn't in season, I could possibly pick a different player and not. But I kind of want to go with in season because Soleil's a good card still. I mean, look at his past scores. Even when he doesn't have good fixtures, he's been delivering good scores. So it's not like I'm that unconfident on him. Look at this. Really good scores from Soleil recently. I do worry it'll be more of a 59 or a 52 this week, but who knows? Let's see what he does. So that's going to be my contender in-season team. And then I'm going to be going for my under 23 boys. No capped leagues. Oh, no, I think we do have a capped league, but a punt capped league. Under 23 leagues, we're going to be going for Conor Gallagher and Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea, Sheffield United away. Who knows? I have no idea what to expect from the Chelsea boys anymore. But it's Sheffield United away. I mean, it's a good chance for them to get some points. So Enzo will be captain. Then I've got Udogie, who played well in the last game. I read a lot of reports about the last Spurs game where they won, and they were saying Udogie had a great game, but he didn't do anything in terms of decisive action. So hopefully he turns that good actual football form into Sorare points. Then I've got my goalkeeper, Obed. No competition for him. And up front, we're going for Camille Nejli. Now, this is a gamble. I could have gone for Cade Cowell in this league instead of my contender. But, you know, this boy, he's got a good fixture. And he's just come back from a break, an injury. Before his break, he had a few scores, 77, 82, 83. So, yeah. I mean, I don't even know if he's going to start. In the last game, he didn't start. Last game, he got 29 minutes. But he did start the game before and scored. So I'm hoping that they're easing him into the team. And also, even if he comes off the bench, it's a good fixture. So hoping with him that he comes good. And that's the under 23 lineup. Now, the other lineup that I'm putting out is a capped 220 lineup, but this is a punt lineup. Not expecting much here. Goalkeeper's a DMP goalkeeper, so this is just if all of these guys hit. Badiashile, if he plays for Chelsea, could keep a clean sheet. Torres, the new striker at Juarez. He's got an okay game. Leon, let's see how he does. Best there, playing Bayern Munich. But he's a really good card. And I do believe earlier on in the season when he played Bayern Munich, he got 2 assists or something. So maybe, and Bayern Munich's form is a little shaky as well. So maybe they're there for the taking. And then I'm captaining at Westa, who was a card that I won. The first ever Sorare card that I won was this guy. He's now playing at LAFC. He's playing Galaxy, so it could be a good game. He's got a couple of good 70 or 80 scores in his last 2 games. So captaining him is a punt. So they're the 3 teams that I'm lining up for this weekend. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. You know I appreciate the comments, the advice. Like and subscribe. Do all of the usual. Help your boy out. And good luck with your game weeks coming on the weekend. I'll see you next week. Peace.